Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome inside Springfield High School in Montgomery County for LaSalle College High School football live on Bob Long Sports. Bob Long, Tyler Kern with you. We're going to bring you into our studio now as you get a great view of the playing field and the captains at midfield. But here we are, Tyler. LaSalle 2-0 on the year, and Malvern 0-1, but playing a regional power in McDonough last week. They saw the cauldron of big-time competition. They hung in that game for a long time, lost 34-13. On LaSalle's side, a big 42-6 win over rival North Penn. That was quite impressive, Tyler, and I think this LaSalle team just looking to continue that momentum forward here against Malvern Prep and then next week against Haverford School.
Yes, Bob, I completely agree. I really like what I saw from LaSalle last week. They really took a step in the right direction. Defense showed up big again, almost came up with the goose egg. Offense really seemed to click. I don't know if that was a testament to North Penn's defense, but something tells me that was more on LaSalle's side. They seemed to kind of gel together and kind of start to come up with an identity on offense, which just happened to be give the ball to Sam Brown. And, saw some good things from Cheetah, and, games are won and lost in the trenches, and LaSalle's line looked very good.
Yep, this is a big storyline here today. Lonnie White, a Clemson recruit for baseball, the starting quarterback for Malvern Prep, will not play today due to injury. We're going to now take your attention to the flag and the national anthem here from Springfield High School. Again, Bob Long, Tyler Kern, your broadcast team for Bob Long Sports. We'll be playing a portion of the national anthem, and then after that, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back with kickoff.
Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfort Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfort Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
One of the most important relationships a business can have is with its commercial banker. This is Bob Long, and when I'm not broadcasting sports, I'm servicing my clients and building relationships with prospective clients. Whether now is the time to grow through capital investment, to drive operational efficiencies, or to leave a legacy through succession planning, I can be a resource to guide you through the process. Bob Long, a commercial banker in the greater Philadelphia area, where my goal is to help your business grow.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
Welcome back, everybody, inside Springfield High School kickoff here on Bob Long Sports. Bob Long, Tyler Kern for what should be a great football game between the LaSalle College High School Explorers and the Malvern Prep Friars. Alex Krastowski on camera. Thanks so much for his help. LaSalle dressed in the navy blue uniforms, top and bottom, with the gold helmets. Malvern Prep, silver helmets with white tops and bottoms with the blue numerals. It will be LaSalle to kick off first. Jake Gandolfo kicking it deep to the Friars. They'll get the football first, and it'll put this LaSalle defense on the field. Tyler, just 12 points surrendered by the defense so far this year. There was a defensive touchdown scored against this LaSalle offense, but just 12 given up by the Explorers defensive team.
It's a good number for that defense, Bob. It's hard to wrap your mind around right now. Like what I see with them so far.
This one angled towards D'Angelo Stocker, who will receive it at the 1. And stumbles forward across the 20-yard line to about the 24, and that is where the offensive Malvern Prep will take the field, led by Bryce Pippin. We mentioned in the open Lonnie White, the starter. He's headed to Clemson next year on a baseball scholarship. He got hurt in last week's game against McDonough. Pippin played the last quarter and a half, and now it's his show. Lonnie White, a running-style quarterback, a guy who can throw it certainly, but could keep defenses off balance. Pippin doesn't quite bring that same running attack to the table. We'll see how this goes. And in the backfield along with him is Stephen Rose, who spent a portion of that game in McDonough on the bench. Nice stop there by the Explorers. A gain of just 1 for Stephen Rose.
Yeah, great play by number 55 there, crashing down and making a tackle.
Second down and 9. They give it again to Rose. He's hitting the backfield. Big stop there by the Explorers. Sam Graham made the stop after initial contact by Dylan Traynor.
This LaSalle defense is really fun to watch. Their defensive line makes great penetration. They're in the backfield almost immediately. Physically, they're, I think, better than most of the teams they've gone up against. And from a football standpoint, they just play fundamental football out there.
Third down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Pippin fires over the middle, caught by Isaac White, and stopped short. Eric Ford got the first touch on him after the catch, and Abdul Carter wrapped him up 4 yards short of the line to gain.
Eric Ford's a really fun guy to watch on defense, Bob. He's always he might not be the biggest or the fastest out there, but, I mean, you can tell he's just an overall good football player. And I've liked what I saw with him in North Penn. He made a few touchdown-saving plays, and that was a great third down stop by Eric Ford.
Ronan Swope, the punter. Back deep to receive for the Explorers, Brad Vespi along with TJ Meacham. Swope, a pretty good punt. That comes into the wind, though. It's hanging up. Vespi up to get it, and he waited for the fair catch. That taken at the 48-yard line, and that's where Jack Machida and the LaSalle offense will come onto the field for the first time here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Sam Brown, a school record 5 touchdowns last week. He looks to replicate that performance, and he has the attention of the community.
Yeah, broke Colin Buckley and Sean Coleman's 4 touchdown records. He's fun to watch. Electrifying player.
He lines up in the slot here for the first play from scrimmage for LaSalle. Ball spotted at the 47 of LaSalle as Machida in the shotgun. Delay give is to Jalen DeVos as he pushes forward. Nice defensive play there by Malvern Prep, however, just a gain of 2.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty high wind out here right now. My phone's reading, got 12-mile-per-hour winds. I mean, you can see it on the punt there. I wonder if that's going to affect the passing game at all. If we might see a little more give and go up the middle.
DeVos again alongside Jack Machida in the backfield. Brad Vespi split out wide. A stack formation on both sides on the outside as Machida now turns. And a penalty called. False start against LaSalle.
Have not seen too many penalties against the Explorers in these first 2 games. Playing really smart football, and honestly, it's paid dividends for them. They got to keep up that mentality of just not making stupid mistakes.
Second down now in 13 yards. Clock ticking at 9:07. Here in the first quarter, a scoreless football game. LaSalle's first offensive possession and an empty set, 5 wide for LaSalle. Keep an eye on Sam Brown, lined up in the slot on the near side. Mayo Howell, the true freshman, in the slot on the right of Machida. And they throw the bubble for Howell, catches it, and made one miss, but only got a yard or 2.
Bob, was Howell in the starting lineup last week? I don't remember seeing him out there.
Don't think so.
Wow, that's impressive for a true freshman. He's, as we saw, he's a small man, but he gets, once he gets open field, you got to be careful.
And that time it was Stephen Rose for Malvern Prep, not giving him that open field. It's 3rd down and 11. Machida drops straight back, steps up in the pocket. He'll take off with it. Looking for the line to gain. It's right near the line. Looked to me to be a half yard short, but we'll see where they mark it. One more look at Jack Machida taking off with it.
It's a great run by Machida. Looked like he didn't have much room to go, and he just made something from nothing there. Gave the Explorers a little bit of life on offense.
Our eyes were right at first glance. It is 4th and less than a yard. Clock at 7:43 and counting. A scoreless football game here in the first quarter. LaSalle on the plus side of midfield will keep the offense out there. Sam Brown, the deep back, in an I formation. It's DeVos. He has enough for a first down. Bumbling across the 40-yard line, a gain of 4, and a first down for LaSalle.
I like that play call. I mean, if you're Malvern, you watched that game film last game. You know what a beast Sam Brown was, and you don't expect that quick hit from DeVos up the middle. That was a great play call.
LaSalle back to the line quickly with no huddle, and now they'll change the play at the line. Sam Brown takes the handoff off tackle. Slips by one defender, a gain of 3 up to the 36-yard line.
The Explorers, especially over these last 2 games, have seen a lot of success on these outside runs. I wouldn't be surprised to see more of those this week. It's a fun offense to watch, Bob.
Well, Malvern Prep loves to go 3-4 as well. With that 3-man front, may provide some opportunities to pull a guard and get 2 big men downfield taking on 1, and can unleash that running game for LaSalle. This time it's a screen for Sam Brown. Brown chugs forward, reaches the ball out, past the first down marker. First down for the Explorers.
Wow. I think they read your mind out there, Bob. Pulled the guard, nice screen. Great play by Brown for the first down. You called that right before it happened.
LaSalle moving on their first offensive possession. Jalen DeVos runs into a truck. Good defensive play there by Malvern Prep. Number 86.
Aiden Nicholson. Explorers not seeing a ton of success with their run straight up the middle, unless you're Jack Machida.
Pistol set here for the Explorers. Sam Brown, the deep back. 5:44. Clock is ticking here in the first quarter. A scoreless period thus far. Sam Brown up the middle. Thrown down there again by Nicholson, but he did trudge forward for a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and about 6.
Again, Explorers struggling with these runs up the middle, but Sam Brown's just size and momentum let him get those 3 yards there.
Open playbook here, Tyler. They're marking it at 3rd and 7. I think 4-down territory here, unless you get it another 5 or so yards. At that point, it may be even more advantageous to go for it on 4th down. I'd count on the offense out there for 2 downs. Delay give up the middle for DeVos, and DeVos goes nowhere. So the 3-man front for Malvern Prep. Very impressive on the last 3 rushing attempts up the middle by the Explorers.
Explorers really honing in on these inside runs. I think maybe testing the waters with this Friars defense. And so far, the Friars have given up little to none in the run game. As you said, Bob, 4-down territory.
They got about 1 there, so it's 4th and 6. They need the 20-yard line of Malvern Prep for a first down. 4 wide and Jalen DeVos in the backfield along with Machida, who's in the shotgun. Steps up. And he's taken down short of the line to gain. Malvern Prep stands up and causes the turnover.
Almost like they had a QB spy there on Machida. Read his thoughts from a mile away. It looked like Machida wanted to go for the spin move, but saw the two-man and just kind of took the hit.
You had Cayman Hayes and Christian Bachrath in there on the stop. Now Bryce Pippin leads the offense back out there for Malvern Prep, the road team dressed in white with the silver helmets.
Great showing from the Friars defense so far.
Timeout on the field. An official's timeout. An issue, it looks like, on the far side of the field with one of the chains.
Chain gate.
Chain gate 2019.
Last year was smoke gate. This year, chain gate.
Yeah, for those of you that don't remember, last year LaSalle hosted a game against the Haverford School from this very building, and there was a fire at one of the homes of the nearby residents, and honestly, about at the angle that you're looking at right now, right past that soccer field, it was that house, and the fire department needed to be called. Not insignificant whatsoever. And a big stop there by 3 LaSalle Explorers. Pushing Cayman Hayes back, a loss of 2.
Stuffed at the line, and Dylan Traynor comes flying in to clean up. That's a great play by LaSalle's defense. They've been nothing but consistent these first 3 games.
There's a look at Jaleel Dawkins, number 55, playing at the nose tackle here. And now they're going to split him out wide at the defensive end position. Patrick Troy stays up the middle. RPO action, that one's tipped. Great defensive play by Jalen Hanton, who came up with an interception last week, and that time read that crossing route brilliantly.
Jaleel Dawkins almost got a hand on it there, too. He's a big boy. Just looked it up, 6'1", 250. That's a major weight for a defensive end or just defensive lineman in general.
Look at the outside linebacker, Tyson Goldstein, along with number 21, Jalen Hanton on the outside. They're going to have the linebacker pick up the speedy Tyler Tinson lined up in the slot. 3rd down and 12. Pippin lets it go, and it falls just short of Goldstein. What a defensive play that time by the Explorers. Ryan Savage got in there.
But Ryan Savage
made first contact. Another look.
That's a great defensive rush by Savage there. Beat his man on the outside, came in and finished up. So many playmakers on this defense, Bob.
This is Henry Connors out there to kick it deep. That one a good hanging punt. Vespi again will make the fair catch at the 46-yard line. Nearly identical field position for the second drive here for the Explorers.
Never seen that punt formation before. 3 men in the backfield like that protecting the punter?
It's actually quite popular at the college level.
Oh.
Not as much at the high school level, but
if you caught me on Bob's college show, you would know I have little to no college football knowledge. Granted, my picks were pretty strong, if I do say so myself.
That's the Nittany Lions Sports Report, Tuesday nights live on Bob Long Sports on our Facebook and Twitter pages. You can follow the Nittany Lions as they prepare for their next game, and we'll recap their prior game and have a guest picker, of which Tyler Kern was one of them. Here's a jet sweep. Liam Kennedy has some room. Good blocking upfield there by Jalen DeVos. An 11-yard run and a first down for LaSalle.
Blocking is so underrated in the game of football, but did a great job of letting his block develop by DeVos. DeVos just setting the edge there. Great play. Looked like by, is that Justin Machida out there on the block as well?
Number 16, Justin Machida out there. Lined up wide this time as DeVos takes it right up the middle. He churns the legs forward, and that's a gain of 4 after first contact about a yard or two past the line of scrimmage. So the legs keep churning for the back, Jalen DeVos. Clock is now under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. A lot of rushing plays. The clock has continued to move. Here's Matthew Bowes coming off the field late, and Brad Vaspy takes his place. So 4 wide here for the Explorers. Trips to the right of Jack Machida. Machida steps up, fires it over the top, has Sam Brown. Oh. Touchdown LaSalle. Brilliance from Jack Machida.
That is a textbook throw. Wow. Put it only where Sam Brown could catch that. Sam Brown, being the athlete he is, just looks it in. Made it look easy out there, Bob.
That is his 7th touchdown of the year. Sam Brown.
Doesn't seem like this wind was much of a factor on that throw. Great throw by Machida.
Well, and of course, LaSalle throwing with the wind at their backs this quarter. As Jake Gandolfo set to attempt the point after. A low driving kick, and that is good. Sneaks inside the upright, and the Explorers lead 7-0 with 2:04 to play.
Overall, great showing by LaSalle's offense there. No Friars in the backfield. The line is doing their job, and just letting Machida and Sam Brown, DeVos, do their thing.
We're live from Springfield High School in Montgomery County. A non-league matchup, but a rivalry game, a game that we've seen a lot in recent years, including not so long ago, a game that was played at Franklin Field. That one was a lot of fun. Malvern Prep was the victor in that game. The Friars also won last year's game, and that was a tough one for the Explorers. That was just one game after Jack Machida went down, and they still didn't have a ton of answers exactly how they were going to operate at the quarterback position. Sean Daly did a really great job last year, Tyler, to pick up the pieces. He was expected to play receiver all year. But Machida showing what he can do in the first 2+ games of this season. It's been a nice effort from him and this LaSalle offense so far this year. Jake Gandolfo will kick it deep. This one also angled towards D'Angelo Stocker and into the end zone.
Gandolfo making good use of that wind. Great kick.
And this is exactly what the LaSalle defense likes. They continue to be put in good field position from a defensive standpoint. Malvern Prep deep in their own territory again, and that's what Gandolfo with the strong leg can do for you, Tyler. Sam Graham lined up at one of the tackle positions. Patrick Troy in there as well. It's a 4-man front. 3 linebackers on the field for the Explorers. Pippin fires it, and it's well beyond the reach of Isaac White. Isaac White just committed this week, Tyler, to Wyoming. He will be playing his college football there, and he's a tremendous athlete, really a true #1 option at the wide receiver position. And you're seeing Malvern running more of these RPOs. They ran them for Lonnie White, who, as we mentioned, was injured last week and will not play. But Lonnie White, more of a guy that'll pull it and tuck it. This more of that Nick Foles-style RPO where you fake the give, read downfield, but then with the eye to pass. Pippin this time will throw again. Throws deep over the top. Has White, and a great defensive play there by LaSalle. That's Eric Ford again.
Say it again, Eric Ford. I like his style. He was beat there, but put in a good effort and made sure to break up the pass. Great throw, by the way, against the wind.
One more look at it, maybe just the least bit behind him, and Ford in there to break it up.
Again, probably could be attributed to the wind there, too. That probably took about a few yards off it at least.
1:51 to play here in the first quarter. LaSalle with a 7-0 lead over Malvern Prep, who has the football deep in their own territory. It's 3rd down and 10. Bryce Pippin, the backup quarterback, takes the snap, drops straight back. Pippin runs out of time. Ball is loose. LaSalle looking to fall on it. It's still loose. There's no call.
Dylan Trainer with the strip sack there.
And it looks like Malvern Prep has the football. It'll be 4th down and long. A mad scramble for the football, and one of the offensive linemen, fortunately for the Friars, came up with it.
Typically, it's the offensive lineman that lets the sack happen there as well. They're typically on their toes because they see that. I'm not putting any blame out there, but that's typically why the offensive lineman kind of knows what's going on. They see their man beat them, so just trying to do some
Kind of
damage
like
control.
the shooter knowing where the rebound is going, huh, Tyler?
Something like that. And just great play by Trainer. Coming in with the club of an arm, knocking the ball out.
Ronan Swope, the punter, will kick it deep. Feet in his own end zone as he lets that one go. That's another really good punt from Swope. Another fair catch from Brad Vespi, this time on the plus side of midfield. And the LaSalle offense will get it started from the Malvern 47.
Defense just playing amazing football right now and giving their offense all the opportunity in the world. I mean, I'm really impressed with this LaSalle offense, but this defense fun to watch.
This portion of today's football game brought to you by our partners at Casey's Alley in Ambler, right there on Main Street by the train station. Casey's Alley, owned by a big LaSalle fan and a big LaSalle supporter, sent his sons to LaSalle High School, but also just a great place to go. Watch a football game, hang out, get some great food with friends and family, and a great place to watch LaSalle College High School football if you can't make it out. Again, that's Casey's Alley in Ambler, our official partners. Empty set, 5 receivers wide. And a penalty. False start against the Explorers. All 3 Malvern Prep defensive linemen jumped at the behest of one of the O linemen for LaSalle, so they'll back it up 5 yards.
Like seeing Hal out there, though. I mean, especially for his size, you don't typically see that a true freshman playing like that, and let alone they're really starting to incorporate him in this offense.
They remain 5 wide. Machida straight back, fires over the middle, had good protection, tipped up there. Great defensive play by D'Angelo Stocker, the cornerback. Rob Tatum was out there, and it was a pretty good throw. Just Stocker able to make that last move. Another look there, and Stocker gets in front, doesn't pull at him. Just a tremendous defensive play by Malvern Prep.
I will say one thing, that offensive line made a perfect pocket there for Machida.
He'll need it here. 2nd down and 15. Mayo Howell on the jet sweep has the edge. Now bounces to the outside and just about to the original line of scrimmage.
He's quick, shifty.
One more right there. He might have tried to cut it up the field. He had a little bit of blocking and may have gotten a few more yards.
I would like to
But
see,
he's got some speed. He wanted to try that edge, Tyler.
he's got speed. I'd like to see him show a little more patience, let his blocks develop a bit. Maybe it wasn't there on that play, and that'll come with time.
There's no safety help over the top here on our side of the field.
Uh-oh.
Now
Sam
one-
Brown's music.
Now one's going to drop into coverage. Machida fires. 1st down and more. Rob Tatum has the catch inside the 30-yard line.
Explorers offense has a lot of weapons, a lot of reliable receivers to throw to, and when you got an arm like Machida, just great job. Perfect throw, wide open.
Malvern Prep got lost in coverage. That time Cayman Hayes came across the field to guard the slot receiver, and there was nobody on the Z receiver. Liam Kennedy bounces to the outside. Good block there by Sam Brown, but Malvern Prep had it sniffed out. That's D'Angelo Stocker on the play.
Great play by Stocker there, just recognizing the sweep to the outside and making a great tackle. Great fundamental tackle there, taking out the legs.
And that'll run down the clock here in the first quarter. A quick one. A lot of rushes, a lot of completed passes. And this now just LaSalle's 3rd drive of the football game. It's the end of the quarter here at Springfield High School. We'll take a break and come back on the other side. You are watching LaSalle football live on Bob Long Sports.
I chose CCM because I have found that this company, on the level of scaling that we have here, the volume that we are doing, to truly have every department head and employee fully engaged in the mission of the company to make it an originator-focused, production-first company. I have not found that anywhere I've worked, and I've worked at one of the largest banks in the world, down to the smallest tiny community bank and correspondent lender. No one has been able to consistently deliver that message.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Bob Long Sports coverage of LaSalle College High School football. As Sam Brown cuts up the middle, runs through one tackler, and 3 need to bring him down, but not before a gain of 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3 coming up. What'd you see there, Tyler?
I just like watching Sam Brown. He's fun to watch. He made a great play.
Leaves him
You need
speechless.
three guys to take him down. He's just an impressive football player to watch. Just a lot of fun as a fan.
Third down. Right to the line to gain. Good throw and catch. Rob Tatum stepping out of bounds. Another first down for LaSalle.
Rob Tatum proving to be a reliable receiver on those third downs. It's a great play by Tatum, getting open, just giving the Explorers just enough for a first down. In the red zone.
It's a simple out route there, Tyler. It's all you need. If you're going to play that deep off him as a defensive back, LaSalle will take that all day. First down and 10 from the 15-yard line, driving inside Malvern Prep territory. Clock at 11:19 here in the second quarter. Here's Sam Brown off tackle and dives forward. Again, doesn't look like he gets a lot there, but after all that, a gain of 3 yards.
I really like this Explorers offense's ability to change the play at the line. They seem to do it a lot, read their defense, look to the coach, and make adjustments as needed.
There's 2 receivers to each side of Jack Machida. Sam Brown in the backfield. And that one's intercepted. Cayman Hayes jumped the route.
Sam Brown
Trying to chase him down. It's a foot race. Jack Machida takes him down inside the 5. But a mistake there by the Explorers. The throw didn't come out clean. A little wobbly from Machida, and Cayman Hayes jumped it.
I will say Machida was eyeing up that pass from the beginning, and the corner on that just read it from the beginning. It was a little too obvious, and honestly a great pickup by the Friars there. I mean, good effort from Machida and Brown chasing down the tackle, preventing the touchdown, but giving the defense suboptimal field position here.
A momentum shift here in the second quarter from Springfield High School. And now they're inside the 10-yard line. Bryce Pippin out there trying to punch it in. Stephen Rose will be the deep back in the shotgun formation. Kellen Mathias will check in at the slot. 1 tight end on the line of scrimmage, all 3 receivers to the right. And a timeout called. This by Malvern Prep. They'll think about their red zone offense. But Tyler, pretty good play there, as we mentioned. Cayman Hayes able to jump the route and give Malvern Prep a lot of momentum.
Yeah, just a great play overall. I think it's a good opportunity to see what this Explorers red zone defense has in store. They obviously you're not always going to be given amazing field position as they have been, and I think it's a good opportunity to try to stuff this offense.
This portion of today's game brought to you by Carrie Guerin Boyle and Jim McLaughlin of the Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors. Jim is a LaSalle alumni, and his father and own 3 sons attended LaSalle as well. Carrie's family's been here for generations and currently as a sophomore in the class of 2022. Since the Jim and Carrie have trusted their family to LaSalle, you can certainly trust them as well, and you will be treated like family when buying or selling your home with this real estate team. Call Jim at 267-242-5991. That's 267-242-5991, or Carrie at 267-626-6818 for all your real estate questions. Licensed in PA and New Jersey. 10:37 to play, second quarter. Malvern Prep driving to try to tie the football game at 7. Handoff is to Stephen Rose to the outside. Walks into the end zone, touchdown.
Ooh.
But boy, it looks like a hold.
Yeah, that was
Let's get another look.
a lot of jersey being grabbed there.
Tyson Goldstein looked like he had the angle on him. Let's get a look here. And a whole fistful of jersey.
I'm not so sure about that one.
Christian Curatolo, the left tackle, looked to have quite a handful there
Call me a
as the running back Rose stepped into the end zone.
Call me a homer there, but I mean, it's pretty obvious that there was a lot of jersey being grabbed there, and the referee was right there. It's surprising, no call.
Connors drills one, and that is no good. So it is still 7-6 LaSalle with 10:31 to play here in the second quarter. And the offense will have another opportunity to avenge that interception early in the second quarter here. Bob Long, Tyler Kern, your broadcast team from Springfield High School in Montgomery County. Alex Krastowski doing a great job on camera this afternoon. And Tyler, a big day throughout college football as well here today. The rematch of Texas A&M and Clemson is today. The local Penn State plays University of Buffalo at 7:30. LSU and Texas. Now, you weren't privy to any of these picks this week, but your 5-1 record as the guest picker on the Nittany Lions Sports Report will be tough to overtake. We had Chris Perangeli, the track and soccer coach over at CB East, on to try his hand. Now, he does know college football a little bit, but perhaps that is not to his or anyone else's advantage, as you took down myself and Tyler Gelhaus, my co-host, the week prior.
When in doubt, you got to go with the blue and orange team, Bob. That was that was my mantra, and it seemed to work. And looking at the betting odds doesn't hurt either.
No, it does not. Yeah, the only game you got wrong last week was Virginia Tech and Boston College, and
that was
you
a surprise.
guessed it. None of those teams were blue and orange. So you went Virginia, Boise State. There was another one in there, and I forget who it was. Brad Vespi set to return along with Liam Kennedy, and this is Kennedy receiving it. Good block there by Vespi. Liam Kennedy, good stiff arm to the outside, has room, makes another one miss up to the 27-yard line. A whole lot of work for that one, but great play there by Liam Kennedy back deep to return.
I saw a double stiff arm there, 2 in a row. Stiff arm his first guy, stiff arm the second guy, made a juke, fought real hard, give the Explorers offense every yard they can get. That was a fun return from Liam Kennedy there.
We want to say hello to our good friend Rob Stott, who is over in Germany here today at a conference. Not here to watch LaSalle College High School football. We'll have to give him a pass just this time. But, Rob, we hope you're watching somehow and hope you're having a great time across the pond. Tight formation here for the Explorers. Sam Brown in motion. Gets the jet sweep. Cuts through one defender. Big hit there. And he's taken down. Number 51, Colton Deary, off the defensive line, sprung across the line and made the defensive stop.
I'm really impressed with this Malvern team. They're playing some disciplined football. We got some physical guys up front, and did a great job stopping the run there.
Clock ticks under 9 minutes, 50 seconds here in the second quarter. It's a design draw for Jack Machida up the middle. Has enough for a first down, a gain of 6 when he needed 5.
Cheetah just puts another dimension to this offense. He's got a great arm, but I mean, he can certainly tuck and run the ball when he needs to.
First down and 10. Handoff up the middle. Pushing forward, and Malvern Prep had that one sniffed out. You mentioned it, being impressed with this Malvern Prep team. They struggled with the 3-man front against a talented McDonough rushing attack to the point where in the second half they went to 8-man in the box. And that has not been the case here today. Nicky Yanni up front, Colton Deary and JT Roberts have been solid. Aiden Nicholson now lines up on the outside as well. Good throw to the outside, has Justin Machida. A brother-to-brother connection and a gain of 7 yards.
Not keeping track, but I think that's the second of the year.
It is.
I believe it was Uncle Jack checking in last time.
Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave. Sorry, Dave.
Jack is the guy on the field. And Justin, of course.
It's been 8 days, so.
That's right.
Apologize, Uncle Dave. Hope you're happy with the pass.
Third down and 3. Brad Vespi, they implore him from the sideline to back up. Now he is onside. Machida takes the shotgun snap, little out route, and it's blocked at the line of scrimmage. Teed up that time by Kellen Mathias on the outside. 4th down and 3. That time just timing it up there, Tyler. Great defensive play by Kellen Mathias. And so after the momentum-shifting touchdown, Malvern Prep's going to get LaSalle off the field and get the football back. Isaac White back deep to return. Heels on the 10-yard line. Jake Gandolfo to kick it. Nearly got a block there. Gandolfo still got it off. And that takes a fortunate LaSalle hop. That's going to get inside the 20-yard line, and Tyson Goldstein waves it home as he picks it up at the 18. So LaSalle fortunate here, Tyler, and Malvern Prep selling out for turnovers and big plays.
Yeah, really, like I said, I'm really impressed with this Malvern Prep defense, and see if their offense can get something together. I mean, as long as the Explorers continue the trend they have been on defense, I don't think it should be much of a problem, but just need the playmakers like Ryan Savage, Dylan Traynor to show up. Maybe some others on defense as well, just to play fundamental Explorers football. 3-man front here.
Sam Graham is the nose tackle. Pippin hands off for Cayman Hayes. Tyson Goldstein got the first contact and then wrapped up shortly thereafter by Chris Thompson. Gain of 2.
Yeah, good effort by Cayman Hayes there. Bounced off his man, but I mean, a lot of Explorers blue out there, and great way of honing in on the tackle there.
Now Dylan Traynor and Chris Thompson, the 2 linebackers in the middle of this 3-4. They show blitz at the line. Cayman Hayes in the backfield along with Bryce Pippin. Pippin fires over the middle. It's deflected straight into the air, and Meacham intercepts it.
Great play by Traynor there. Little bounce route there. Looked like he was showing blitz, and then bounced off to the outside and recognized that the pass was going right at him and lifted his hands up.
So 2 tips on the last 2 possessions. Malvern couldn't convert it into an interception, and LaSalle does. So flipping field position and another interception to turn some momentum, Tyler.
That's what good players do. You see Dylan Traynor, you got that strip sack last time. Unfortunately, the Explorers didn't come up with it, but just keeps giving his defense opportunities to get off the field.
7:53 to play, second quarter. LaSalle with the football, their best starting field position of the afternoon. Liam Kennedy out wide in the Z. Matt Bowes is the tight end. The give is to Sam Brown. He's going backwards, and Malvern Prep had it lined up. Isaac White, the newest commit to the University of Wyoming, makes the stop in the backfield.
Seems like the Malvern Prep has been doing their homework on the Explorers. Not really letting them get away with anything right now on offense. Great tackle for loss there.
7:27 and counting here in the second quarter. 7-6 the lead for LaSalle, a non-conference matchup from Springfield High School. LaSalle 2-0 on the year, and Malvern Prep 0-1. Machida drops straight back, avoids one, avoids a second, and moves forward. He's going to keep pushing. That's a gain of 4 yards, gets him inside the original sticks.
I liked what I saw there from Machida. Number 65 on the right side, kind of let his man beat him on the blitz there. Machida felt the pressure, stepped up, and he's just a slippery person. Bounced off this first guy and turned a potential sack into a small gain.
Keep an eye to the outside here. Sam Brown and Rob Tatum, 2 guys that can take the top off. 1 safety over on that side for Malvern Prep. Another deflection. Kellen Mathias, the second time in as many drives, knocks it down, and it's 4th down and 9 upcoming. I anticipate the offense staying on the field.
This Malvern Prep front 7 proving to be dangerous. They're getting in the backfield, disrupting Machida, making it very hard for this Explorers offense to gain any yardage as of recently.
Timeout on the field called by LaSalle. They're going to take some time to draw up the 4th down opportunity. Now, Tyler, I don't know how we're going to do this without Rob, but it is time for Where You At? Let us know where you're watching from, and we will give you a shout out here on the air if we see your message. So appreciate everybody being from all over the world, all over the United States. We've had some great messages. We've had people from kayaking on the lake to the top of Ferris wheels, and people all the way from Ireland in the past. So we appreciate everybody and their following of LaSalle College High School Athletics, and specifically Bob Long Sports. You can tweet at us. That's at Bob Long Sports. Or you can put it on the Facebook chat as well. Let us know where you're watching from. It's Where Ya At.
Last week the trend seemed to be bodies of water, so I'm looking forward to the theme this week. I see our cameraman pulling out his phone, most likely going to tweet where he at from the booth, as he does in classic Alex Rostowski fashion.
Every single game.
Joke never gets old, though. He's now turned his back to us, so I can't see what he's doing. But
back to action, though. Going to have to get this shot. 4th down and 9. The offense on the field. They need the 20 of Malvern Prep for a first down. Machida. It's going to have to be DeVos on his own. Hurdles a defender.
Wow.
And gets to the line to gain. First down, LaSalle.
All right, I got to hand it to the Malvern Prep defense. They came hard rush against Machida, and DeVos just makes an athletic play, a very, very athletic play. Avoids 4 defenders, hurdling 1. Wow.
He needed 9. He got 9 and about a quarter of a yard. Three receivers to the right-hand side. DeVos in the backfield. The give is to DeVos. He has the edge. And a pretty good defensive play there by Malvern Prep to rub off what was a great block, it looks like, from number 79, Jake DeLuca, but just an incredible defensive play by J.T. Roberts.
This Malvern team doesn't let up much. I think you're going to need to see some incredibly athletic plays and just smart football from the Explorers in order to even gain a little bit of yardage and keep getting these first downs.
5:26 and counting here on the second quarter clock. Justin Machida out wide in the Z. Machida looks downfield and now takes off with it. Cuts in across the 15-yard line to the 14, a gain of 6. 3rd down and 4 upcoming.
Because why not? Great play by Machida there. Good recognition, realizing there's nothing down the field. Seeing he had some blocks up front. Made an athletic play. Got an extra couple yards with that stiff arm.
Pistol formation, Sam Brown, the deep back. Wouldn't be surprised to see them give it to him and with some downhill momentum try to pierce that defense. Here he is. Has some room, and that's a first down. A gain of 6 yards. And honestly, Tyler, too easy that time for the Explorers.
Bob, I think you're like hooked up to the coach's headset or something, because that's the second play you predicted spot on. Just great run by Sam Brown. Why not give it to your most athletic player on the field there?
Well, and on something like that, I mean, 3rd down and 4. Sure, you might send Gandolfo out there, but you trust Sam Brown to run the ball downhill, get positive yardage, and you can always put the offense back out on the field again. That's why I anticipated that one coming. Not positive yardage that time, though. A loss of 2 as Malvern Prep read that one, got into the backfield, and Colton Deary in there on the stop.
Seems like Malvern anticipated that one, certainly. That was just a heads-up play. Man, that front 7 just getting in the backfield here, having no issues. Need this Explorers offensive line to, give some sort of hole for these run plays specifically. They're doing a pretty good job on the pass protection.
2nd down, goal to go from the 11-yard line. Sam Brown in motion. Fakes the give. Machida fires, and it's nearly intercepted. Jake Brownlee almost gift-wrapped an interception there.
I liked Sam Brown out on the left there. He was a one-on-one coverage there.
I like just throwing that out of bounds.
That's true. Maybe Machida wants to practice his tackles a little more.
3rd down and goal from the 11. Remember that LaSalle would be kicking into the wind with any field goal, and it would be a 28-yarder with no further forward progress on this 3rd down. Malvern trying to bend but not break. Brown comes in motion into the slot. He'll drift that way. Looking back the other way, Malvern had it defended beautifully and thrown into the turf. Just a great defensive play by Malvern. They tried to run Matt Bowes here. Watch him on the right side of this line. He's going to fake a block and he's going to try to cut to the other side of the field. And Malvern Prep, look at that safety. Just a tremendous look there. And that took away the intended recipient.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great play by the Explorers offensive line. They bought Machida a lot of time and looked like they had number 16, Justin Machida, out there.
Jake Gandolfo kicks it. That's tipped at the line, and that pushed it wide. No good from Gandolfo. Malvern Prep looked to get a hand on it. And it remains 7-6 LaSalle.
Beauty of that instant replay. You can see Justin Machida was jumping up and down, hands in the air, looking for his pass from his brother.
On third down there, yes.
On third down, yes. Sorry, I'm living in the past, Bob. It's a tough kick into the wind like that, and certainly doesn't help having it tipped.
3 minutes, 17 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Bob Long, Tyler Kern here on the broadcast. Alex Krastowski on camera. Late stages of the first half. It's been back and forth all afternoon.
Honestly, just a good game of football.
Bryce Pippin's done a nice job as the backup. Got his first start of his high school career.
You jinxed him.
Boy, oh boy. LaSalle football.
Wow, Bob, that was literally right when he said that. And he's
just
doing a great job. Oh.
He just didn't look it in, Tyler. Tyson Goldstein comes up with the fumble reception, and LaSalle can get out there and try it again offensively. It'll be first down and 10 from the 12-yard line.
Did you like me trying to impersonate you with the instant replay?
Yes.
Trying to time it.
Very good.
I don't think it was a very good job, but it's more the timing that mattered. Anyways.
Timing is everything in this life, Tyler.
I wouldn't be surprised if this defense is a little gassed. I wouldn't be surprised to see this Explorers offense come out aggressive.
I think aggressive means a rush for Sam Brown. Timothy Millman, the fullback, I should say, is out there right off the the right tackle, I should say. And don't be surprised, Sam Brown rushing downfield. Here's the give to Brown. Jalen DeVoe's blocking on that side, and he got a couple of blocks pulled down by the shoestrings, but not before a gain of 6.
Obviously, Sam Brown's an athlete. He's fun to watch, but that was a smart heads-up play. He saw the gap there. I don't think that was exactly the hole he was supposed to hit, but the hole was there, and he honestly probably made something from nothing. Probably would have got 1 or 2 yards if he bounced to the outside, maybe would have tackled for loss, but he made a heads-up play and cut up field there.
2 timeouts remaining for each team. 2 minutes, 38 seconds and counting here in the second quarter. A 7-6 lead for LaSalle dressed in the blue. Brown up the middle, pushes forward, and he's pushed back. Malvern Prep up the middle. A great defensive play, a gain of just 2. It'll be 3rd and 3 for LaSalle.
You tell this Malvern Prep team, again, they've been watching film. They know what kind of a dangerous weapon Sam Brown is, and they're just playing heads-up football. Keying in on Sam Brown, especially when he's obviously a threat on plays like that. And just, honestly, I'm really impressed with this Malvern Prep defense.
Changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Here's Machida. He's been under center very rarely here. Just 2 snaps thus far. Single back is Sam Brown. 3rd and short. The sweep to Brown. He's got to beat one defender and cannot. Great defensive play on the outside by Isaac White. They attacked the best defender and the best athlete on this Malvern Prep team, and the outside linebacker, a tremendous play.
That's a great play. Tackling Sam Brown one-on-one in the field.
Very few guys can do that.
Yeah, he obviously didn't even bring him down, but he slowed him down enough for his teammates to come up and just make a play for a 5-yard loss there. Explorers are being a little transparent for this Malvern defense, and I think they might need to change things up, maybe use a little deception. They're coming off the ball hard. I'd like the Explorers to use a hard count, maybe, see if they can get obviously not at this point, but getting a few extra yards maybe off a neutral zone infraction.
They're going to let this run all the way down and then call timeout right before the play clock would expire. Takes us down to 51.6 seconds remaining in the first half. So now decision time, Tyler. Do you run Gandolfo out there again to attempt a 30-yard field goal? Certainly he has the leg. He's hit as long as 38 earlier this year, and that had some room to spare. I think the wind makes that difficult here today. You're kicking into the wind, and it's kind of off. It's like a cross from the right to the left as well, coming at him, and that's exactly the direction that first ball went.
Yeah, that's a tough call. 4th and 10. It's especially against the way this defense has been playing. I don't know. It looks like
the offense is back there on the field, but
no,
looks like Gandolfo. You're right. It's Gandolfo. I was looking at Gavin Daly. He's the backup quarterback.
Dylan Trainer out there got a little confused.
Right. And Daly, the backup quarterback, but he's also the holder. It'll be Jake Gandolfo right on the 20-yard line to attempt a 30-yarder.
This
middle
wind
of
is
the
ripping.
field. The kick is up, and it did go through the uprights, and Malvern Prep looks to have used a timeout, perhaps to ice the kicker.
Wow. That was a great kick by Gandolfo, too.
So we'll do it again. This portion of the game brought to you by our partners at Casey's Alley and Ambler. Casey's Alley is a great spot to watch a LaSalle football game, to go with your family and friend. They have great specials throughout all nights of the week. Again, that's Casey's Alley and Ambler, the place for LaSalle sports, and an official partner of Bob Long Sports. We appreciate them. One of these days, Tyler, we're going to have to do a meet and greet after the game at Casey's Alley, and we'll arrange that for one of these games this year.
I'll start practicing my autographs.
Yeah.
For all 2 people that might want it.
Please. There will be a lot of people that want it, Tyler. I guess they all want Rob's. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
You and I, we don't have to get loose, but Rob Stott.
He's exclusive. He's over in Germany right now. People,
he's yeah.
He's
Rare opportunities to actually get him in the same room.
Yeah,
so the line will be out the door
get
for
Rob Stott there
Stotts
sometime, yeah.
over at Casey's Alley and Ambler. Jake Gandolfo, he'll try it again. That one is good. Jake Gandolfo puts it through the pipes, and with 47 seconds left to play in the second quarter, it's LaSalle 10, Malvern Prep 6.
Really impressed with Gandolfo there. Twice in a row through the uprights. Goes to show that I think that tip-off on the last attempt made it is what kind of caused them to miss. The way this game's going, though, you'll take any points you can get. I think Explorers made the right call there, going for 3.
And Gandolfo will now kick it deep to Malvern Prep, who has 47 seconds left to march it down the field. Don't know what the play call is going to be like here, Tyler. I think it's going to depend upon the return, if any. But Bryce Pippin, a guy who last time out on the field fumbled the football, just did not look it into the hands on the shotgun snap and handed the ball back to LaSalle in great field position. Perhaps this is one where you just want to head to the locker room and lick your wounds a little bit. But with anything out past the 30-yard line, maybe you do try a little delay draw, see if that can get you 10 or 15 yards and keep moving from there.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it all depends on this return, and as well as maybe they'll take a probe on the first down, see what they get.
That one squibbed and picked up at the 25-yard line. Jalen DeVos makes the hit, but out to the 35, and that's where Malvern Prep will send Bryce Pippin and the offense.
DeVos really honed in there. That was a good heads-up special teams play by him.
And you put the ball in the hands of the sophomore, Roman Vernisi, guy who doesn't touch the ball much, doesn't line up on the outside. And, I don't know that was Gandolfo's idea, but the one hopper to Vernisi, and you put him in a position where he's not often placed.
Hey, he kind of looked like a natural out there, though.
He did. He was
made
a good return.
Great play. Got a few extra yards with his return. It's whenever you're out there on the kick return team, at least for me, I was always like, yo, don't kick that ball at me.
Empty set. So will they throw it down the field, or is this a design draw? It's a design draw, and LaSalle's all over it. Ryan Savage in there on the stop, back behind the line of scrimmage.
The ref just got taken out there. Wow.
Shall we take another look?
TJ Meacham coming over the pile, taking out the ref's knees, chop blocking the ref. Coming in hot.
Yikes. Good luck getting another call. And the clock will simply tick down, and they won't need to run another play.
Bob, I'll have you know I've gotten confirmation that at least one person wants my autograph.
All right, good.
That's good. So we'll
Line
have
them
to
up.
set it up at Casey Alley.
Casey's Alley in Ambler. That's the end of the first half. Here from Springfield High School, LaSalle a 10-6 lead over Malvern Prep. The game turned in many ways on a 90-yard interception return by Cayman Hayes. Took Malvern Prep inside the 10, and they eventually punched it in the end zone. It was all LaSalle prior to that point, and then a late turnover by the backup quarterback, Bryce Pippin, put LaSalle in position, and they tacked on the field goal in the waning moments of the first half.
10-6. That's a hard-fought game right here. Kind of getting flashes of that Imhotep Charter game. At first, just kind of fighting for every point they can get. It's all about which defense is going to let up first. They're both playing really stout on defense. Really impressed with what I see. I think whoever honestly shows the most athleticism and has the most stamina on defense will come out on top.
You're watching LaSalle on Bob Long Sports. Follow us on Twitter at Bob Long Sports and at Bob Long Sports on Facebook. We also have a YouTube page, and many of you are watching us on YouTube here today. You can just hit subscribe on the video you're watching, and you'll be subscribed to our channel and be notified anytime we go live. Again, he's Tyler, I'm Bob, Alex Krastowski on camera, and the first half has concluded. 10-6 LaSalle. We'll be right back.
Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dumpyford.com.
Come experience the Dumpy difference. You'll be glad you did.
One of the most important relationships a business can have is with its commercial banker. This is Bob Long, and when I'm not broadcasting sports, I'm servicing my clients and building relationships with prospective clients. Whether now is the time to grow through capital investment, to drive operational efficiencies, or to leave a legacy through succession planning, I can be a resource to guide you through the process. Bob Long, a commercial banker in the greater Philadelphia area, where my goal is to help your business grow.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
I chose CCM because I have found that this company, on the level of scaling that we have here, the volume that we are doing, to truly have every department head and employee fully engaged in the mission of the company to make it an originator-focused, production-first company. I have not found that anywhere I've worked, and I've worked at one of the largest banks in the world, down to the smallest tiny community bank and correspondent lender. No one has been able to consistently deliver that message.
I would say that LaSalle is dynamic. Prepared. Active. Diverse. Brotherhood. Family.
Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dumpyford.com.
Come experience the Dumpy difference. You'll be glad you did.
One of the most important relationships a business can have is with its commercial banker. This is Bob Long, and when I'm not broadcasting sports, I'm servicing my clients and building relationships with prospective clients. Whether now is the time to grow through capital investment, to drive operational efficiencies, or to leave a legacy through succession planning, I can be a resource to guide you through the process. Bob Long, a commercial banker in the greater Philadelphia area, where my goal is to help your business grow.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
I chose CCM because I have found that this company, on the level of scaling that we have here, the volume that we are doing, to truly have every department head and employee fully engaged in the mission of the company to make it an originator-focused, production-first company. I have not found that anywhere I've worked, and I've worked at one of the largest banks in the world, down to the smallest tiny community bank and correspondent lender. No one has been able to consistently deliver that message.
I would say that LaSalle is dynamic. Prepared. Active. Diverse.
family.
Welcome back, everybody. It's halftime here at Springfield High School. Bob Long, Tyler Kern will be back with us shortly, and we have about 5.5 minutes until we begin action in the third. It's 10-6 LaSalle, and a game that is really defined by the big plays. First, it was Cayman Hayes intercepting Jack Machida after LaSalle already had a 7-0 lead and was driving inside the red zone. He took it all the way back to the 8-yard line of LaSalle, and Malvern Prep then punched it in. LaSalle driving down again, stopped on fourth down, then a bad turnover by Bryce Pippin set up LaSalle deep in Malvern territory. They cashed in with a field goal and now take a 10-6 lead. What I'm really looking forward to here in the second half is how LaSalle is going to be able to continue to run the football. They've been able to wear down teams over the course of this season. North Penn pretty much right away. Imhotep, it took until the second half for the offense to really wear down what was a pretty strong Imhotep Charter defensive line. Can that be the same here today against Malvern Prep? JT Roberts up front has been really good, along with Colton Deary. That really has been strength on strength, and it's delivered in terms of the matchup we've had here this afternoon. A reminder that we're live on Bob Long Sports YouTube and Facebook channels through LaSalle College High School. You can follow all of our games, and you can follow us on Twitter at Bob Long Sports. It's been a great opportunity to be in front of you in your living rooms. And here's Tyler Kern. This is live TV for you here.
Hello.
Why don't you throw on some headphones and a microphone and let us know your thoughts on the first half.
Hey, it was football. It was good. All seriousness. I liked what I saw. It's a good defensive battle on both sides. I'm not sure if I'm repeating anything that was said, but we're doing it live. And
we'll do it live.
And like I said, it's been a great defensive battle. I mean, Explorers have shown flashes on offense, but I mean, Malvern Prep's really kind of digging in on defense and kind of preventing any major plays except for that one touchdown pass to Sam Brown. Beautiful pass from Cheat on that.
It really was.
I don't know if the wind helped a bit with that because it seemed like the Explorers struggle going against the wind. And also did a great job of, twice actually making a great kick against the wind. Giving the Explorers extra 3 points, which is going to be critical in this game, I think. It's only a 4-point game right now. And other than that, I don't know. The Explorers got to stay stout on defense. Can't give Malvern Prep any life on offense. The only time that they did have life was on a 5-yard run.
And this is live TV for you too. Say hello, everybody. Hello. There they are. All right. It is tight quarters here now at Springfield High School. We got some people getting ready, going back into the booth. It's a pretty tight set of quarters, but it's a great stadium, Tyler. I know you've played a game or two here. It's really great atmosphere for high school football. I'm looking forward to this second half. This is one of those games that you circle on the calendar, Tyler. It happens just about every year. The rivalry is budding, and they're kind of going punch for punch. They have in recent years, and I think the second half has a chance to be a really fun one. For LaSalle, you look forward to this game against Malvern Prep, then the Haverford School, then a bye, and you start Philadelphia Catholic League play immediately thereafter. And of course, that's St. Joe's Prep to get that thing started. They're 0-1, but a loss on the road at Marietta in Georgia, one of the great high school football powers across this nation. That's a team that can play. That's a game we're looking forward to, and you can find live on Bob Long Sports. If LaSalle finds a way to get to that game at 4-0, that's going to be quite the atmosphere.
Yeah, I think regardless of their record, it's going to be a great game. I think Explorers have shown a lot of flashes on offense, and their defense has just been great overall. But I mean, we got the St. Joe's Prep getting great experience against some of the best teams in the nation right now. I think Marietta was 9 at the time. St. Joe's Prep was ranked 11th in the nation. Yeah, I think it's going to be some good football. Got the last drive over there, so I think that'll that'll help kind of amp things up a bit. And I can't wait. I think that's September 28th. That'll be a fun game.
September 28th, indeed. Yes, and then next week is at the Haverford School. It's going to be my first trip to that new field. They have put a lot of renovations into that. Should be a great experience for LaSalle. That was the game last year, as you may remember, where the Philly was put into play.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And that was actually at this field. So that is the upcoming schedule here for LaSalle. Of course, we'll be there for all of it. You can be your Bible for the LaSalle College High School football season and then right into basketball season. So, Tyler, I think we'll take one more break and then head back to the field for the opening kickoff of the third quarter. Again, LaSalle 10, Malvern Prep 6. Live from Springfield High School, this broadcast of LaSalle College High School football, as always, is on Bob Long Sports. We'll be right back.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
One of the most important relationships a business can have is with its commercial banker. This is Bob Long, and when I'm not broadcasting sports, I'm servicing my clients and building relationships with prospective clients. Whether now is the time to grow through capital investment, to drive operational efficiencies, or to leave a legacy through succession planning, I can be a resource to guide you through the process. Bob Long, a commercial banker in the greater Philadelphia area, where my goal is to help your business grow.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
Third quarter action live here on Bob Long Sports. Bob Long, Tyler Kern, and Alex Krastowski on camera. Welcome back, everybody. Malvern Prep will kick it deep to the LaSalle Explorers. Brad Vespi and Liam Kennedy back deep to receive. The wind is howling now. It'll be at the back of Nick Giangiulio. That one, an odd spin. Kennedy from the 6. That one blocked right into the carrier. Brad Vespi tried to lay the block, but a great defensive play by Malvern Prep. That's number 21, Ryan Davis, the linebacker.
Vespi laid a great hit there, too. That's a shame it went basically directly into the returner.
First snap of the second half, Jack Machida in the shotgun. Three-man front for Malvern Prep, and they rush the passer. Machida nearly intercepted.
It's a shame it got away from him. His offensive line set a nice pocket for him, had a man open downfield, and unfortunately it just seemed like it got away from him.
And Cole Zostek. Man, Cade Zostek almost picked that one off from Malvern Prep.
Yeah, that was directly into his hands. Luckily, I think it was a little low for him to make that catch.
2nd down and 10, 11:49 on the clock here in the third quarter. They fake the give to Brown, and Jack Machida taken down. Number 86, Aiden Nicholson, in there on the stop again.
This offense is struggling to find any cracks in this Malvern Prep defense. Friars are, again, remaining very stout on defense and not really allowing the Explorers to gain much of anything.
3rd down and 10. Here's a screen for DeVos. A lot of blocking up the field. He has the first down as he bounces across the 30-yard line. Boy, what a great play call on 3rd and 10.
Wow. Yeah, I thought it seemed like the defensive front got let loose a little too easily. And usually that's an indication of a screen pass. And the Explorers had the blockers downfield, and DeVos made a great play for the first down. That's the kind of deception I think this Explorers offense is going to need in order to keep gaining yardage against Malvern Prep.
Machida across the middle. Brad Vespi makes the catch, and he's across the first down marker. Gain of 12 and a first down on the crossing pattern from Brad Vespi.
Yeah, again, great play all around. Nice pocket for Machida. Vespi made a great snag there.
Quick snap and handoff to Jalen DeVos, who jumps into the defensive line. Aiden Nicholson again in there on the stop. We didn't see a lot of him last week, but boy, he's had a great afternoon on the defensive line.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this push that this defensive front is putting out there. Like, any inside run has basically been shut down this entire game.
Machida looked downfield, now takes off with it, takes a big hit, but keeps the legs churning forward. That's a gain of 6 across midfield and into Malvern territory.
Really great job by Machida there, recognizing it was a 3-man rush. And, I mean, obviously the offensive line did a great job taking care of it. And since there was only 3 men up front there, it allowed Machida to kind of just recognize that there was no other defenders, at least for 5 or 6 yards there. Great game.
3rd and about 3. 9:07 to go here in the third quarter. Machida looks to his third option, and it's into the ground. Good defensive play by Malvern Prep. And Machida got on his heels a little bit after his first option was taken away from him. You see he's looking to go to Tatum, and he's covered. And at that point, play was broken up.
Yeah, and obviously the right call here, going for the punt, especially with how your defense has been playing. I mean, you got to give your defense the best field position possible.
This punt is into a driving wind. Nearly hit Cayman Hayes. A good hop inside the 20-yard line to the 18. Boy, and you have to consider that a win for Jake Gandolfo, punting into a driving wind that became an even stronger gust as soon as that ball was kicked.
Like Christopher Thompson there, basically trying to push the ball along for an extra few yards.
There is Thompson there on the sideline.
And, I mean, you just got to, at least from a defensive perspective on the Explorers, you just got to keep doing what you're doing. I mean, the Friars haven't really been able to do much on the offensive side of the ball, and it's a winning formula. You just got to keep playing fundamental defense, stick to your job, and we'll see what they come out with here.
Bryce Pippin in the backfield in the shotgun. Stephen Rose will get the handoff. And that play did not look good from the start, Tyler. LaSalle in there on the stop.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, Explorers doing what they've been doing in the backfield.
Abdul Carter in there on the stop along with Ryan Savage.
Nice hit there. Always find Ryan Savage around the ball. Ball hawk.
Carter shows blitz, and Carter makes another hit. So Malvern unwilling in the first two possessions, or first two plays, I should say, to open the playbook, and it's allowed Abdul Carter free reign.
Yeah, I stand by my statement there. You got Savage crashing down, filling the gap where the ball's supposed to go, and Carter coming in to clean up. That's how it works, especially at the high school level. Defensive lineman makes the play bounce outside or bounce inside, and the linebacker cleans up.
They throw the screen, and it's another big stop there by the Explorers. Stopped 5 yards short of a first down.
Wow. I mean, I know I'm honing in on Savage here, but he's going up against number 77, Brendan Flynn, who's 6'2", 265. That's quite the size difference, and he laid the hit on the quarterback. It's a 35-pound difference, and Savage just using his leverage and his strength to force the play, and the rest of the defense cleans up. Again, honing in on Savage, but he's a very important piece of this defense, and he's playing a great game.
Ronan Swope is pounded 2 punts into the wind. They may want to back up a little bit, these LaSalle guys. Their heels were on the 50, and Vespe's back to the 40. What a punt by Swope. And Vespe taken down right there. I thought they might have been playing a little bit in. I don't know that LaSalle was taking into full account how driving that wind was in the first half that Swope was punting into twice.
Regardless, great recognition by Vespe after the fact. Obviously, he wasn't lined up in the greatest spot, but he was able to backpedal. Obviously, lost some momentum on the return there, but, I mean, he did his job there. Got the ball. Probably should have fair caught it, but.
It works. Quick housekeeping note. Score had said 7-6. It has been 10-6, and I know we'd said it a bunch of times. But that has been corrected on our screen and on our graphic. 10-6 LaSalle, 6:52 to play, third quarter. Sam Brown. Brown bounces off one. He's got a full head of steam. That's a gain of 15 yards and a first down.
And he's down.
Not what you like to see there.
It's like a lower body injury, unfortunately. He ran really hard down that hole. That's a scary sight, seeing a man like that running full steam ahead at you.
Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them here from Springfield High School. It's LaSalle 10. Malvern Prep 6. 6:44 to play, third quarter.
I chose CCM because I have found that this company, on the level of scaling that we have here, the volume that we are doing, to truly have every department head and employee fully engaged in the mission of the company to make it an originator-focused, production-first company. I have not found that anywhere I've worked, and I've worked at one of the largest banks in the world, down to the smallest tiny community bank and correspondent lender. No one has been able to consistently deliver that message.
Sam Brown walked off on his own power, which you love to see. Now it's Brad Vespe into the game. Makes one miss and a second. That all just to get back to the line of scrimmage, and now a gain of 3.
Yeah, great play by Vespe there. He had a man right in his face in the backfield, number 58, JT Roberts. Made a nice juke there. Woo. Nice and quick.
Where's our man, Chris Berman? What? And now Aiden Nicholson down on the field for Malvern Prep.
It's a nice change of play guy, the Vespe, after having grounding and pounding Sam Brown running right at you. And right now we see Sam Brown jogging on the sideline here, which is a good sign as well.
Yep.
Maybe just got looks like he's good to go. Got the Dave Crow pat on the back. That's what you like to see.
That's an official pat on the back.
Rub some dirt in it. You're good. That's what you like to see, though.
This portion of today's game Brought to you by Carrie Guerin Boyle and Jim McLaughlin of the Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors. Jim is a LaSalle alumni. His father and his own 3 sons attended LaSalle too. Carrie's family has been at LaSalle for generations, and she currently has a sophomore in the class of 2022. Jim and Carrie have trusted their family to LaSalle, and you can trust that you will be treated like family when buying or selling your home with this real estate team. Call Jim at 267-242-5991 or Carrie at 267-626-6818 for any real estate questions. Licensed in PA and New Jersey. It is great to see Nicholson walking off the field right now under his own power, just a trainer to his right, but
here's hoping for no more injuries in this football game.
6:07 to play, halfway home in the third quarter. LaSalle with the football, 2nd down and 7 from the Malvern 42. Machida now takes off with it. He's going to get to the line, and that's about it. So no gain, but pretty good play there by Machida. It looks like he had 2 reads and 2 reads only there, and when those weren't available, he just took off with it.
Yeah, I mean, good recognition, not giving up any yardage there. I mean, now you got 3rd and long. Could have been worse if he try to force a play that wasn't there, create a turnover. Just a good play overall.
This may not be 4-down territory. The line to gain the 35. A 3rd and 7. Machida over the middle. Matt Bose dropped the football, and it's incomplete. Whew. That was close. Malvern was on it in the event of a fumble. One more look.
Yeah, good.
Bose sat down on the defense, and boy, that was close.
That was very close. Luckily, a referee right in front of the fumble there.
Can't argue with his positioning, if nothing else. You might be able to argue with the call, but you cannot argue with the view the referee had of it.
Lucky break for the Explorers there.
Timeout called by Malvern Prep, their first taken here in the second half. 5:43 to play.
Defensive battle back and forth. Whatever defense starts to show some cracks, neither has so far. Obviously, both touchdowns given up. One was on the Explorers' freak pass to Sam Brown downfield, and the other was given up due to the basically 90-yard return and giving the Friars basically a 5-yard touchdown run. So, I mean, both mistakes, overall haven't really impacted this defense. They're both playing great. And, I mean, I like a good defensive battle, and that's what we're seeing so far. And I think until that clock hits 0 in the fourth quarter, that's what we're going to see. Just a defensive battle, back and forth, back and forth. Can't make any stupid mistakes here.
Malvern Prep put the punt block on Gandolfo's first punt, and they nearly got there. I mean, it was very close to blocking the punt. Let's see if they do the same. Gandolfo into the wind. A driving kick, and White calls for a fair catch at the 6-yard line. So that, quite an impressive punt into the wind from Jake Gandolfo, and the LaSalle defense out there as Malvern Prep has the offense in the shadow of its own goalpost.
Yeah, and special teams plays like that are probably what's going to make the difference in this, given the Explorers defense some great field position to work with. And I mean, great blocking overall, protecting Gandolfo back there. Obviously, they recognize how close he was to blocking it on that first punt, and they put the personnel needed to prevent that from happening. Again, that's what you like to see in a football team, recognizing their mistakes mid-game and adjusting accordingly.
All right, where you at, folks? Let us know where you at. We'll give you a shout-out on the air. You are watching us here on Bob Long Sports. You can tweet us at Bob Long Sports. Let us know where you're watching from, or on the Facebook feed as well. That's being broadcast on the LaSalle College High School page. That's where you at. Let us know. And another block. This time batting it down, Abdul Carter. Big time from the sophomore linebacker.
Thought he almost intercepted that. Great recognition. Again, just stout defensive play all around. Abdul Carter got a free run in there, put his hands up, blocked the pass.
That's the third free run he's had without anybody blocking him on his blitz of the second half alone.
you got these weapons on defense and taking up this offensive line resources, and Abdul Carter capitalizing on it.
Second down and 10. Trouble here. Pippen brought down. A big sack. Dylan Traynor.
Trainer's just fun to watch. He's a bit of a ball hawk himself. You could see he honed in and he wasn't letting the quarterback get out of there.
There he is, bringing him down.
Yeah,
Third down and 12.
Bryce Pippen running for his life out there. That was I can't repeat how important this defense is this game on both sides of on both teams. Defense is just winning the game here today.
Aggressive here, an empty set. Watch a draw potentially here from Pippen. No, he's going to fire it deep. Has a man over the top. And that ball well out of bounds. Eric Ford in there on cover. Perhaps Malvern wants a call, but that ball uncatchable. And there was some hand fighting on both sides there.
Yeah, I saw both sides. It was
there's the tail end of it, but
yeah. Ford coming out, showing the shutdown with the arms coming across his body like that. But yeah, there was certainly
the old incomplete pass symbol, huh?
Yep. But yeah, again, some hand fighting there, but it looks like they've kind of got tripped up on each other. Uncatchable ball.
All right, I like watching this guy punt. Ronan Swope, he's been good. That's a pretty good punt there as well. Vespi will call for a fair catch and take it at the Malvern Prep 47-yard line. That's where Jack Machida and the LaSalle offense will come back onto the field again, leading by 4, 10-6. And boy, Tyler, you've said it. This LaSalle defense, essentially they were put on the field in the shadow of their goalpost, 8-yard line, and that's the Malvern score for the game. That's been about it. This defense has been fantastic this afternoon, and Bryce Pippen has been in many ways overmatched by this LaSalle front seven.
Yeah, I mean, I love what I see from Ryan Savage always, Dylan Traynor, Eric Ford stepping up, Abdul Carter. Those are your leaders on defense today. They're doing a great job. And it's just all about who makes the least amount of mistakes here. Obviously, the Explorers have the edge with the 4-point lead, but
Jalen DeVos right up the middle, bouncing off would-be tacklers. That's a gain of 8.
Good play by DeVos. He hit his hole, recognized there was some more open field up the middle, made a left cut. Looks like we got Nicholson down again.
Nicholson back down again. Might be cramping up in this hot weather here today.
That's the way he's moving his legs, that's what it looks like. And
certainly cramps can be better than other things.
Holding on to his hamstring, so that's a good sign. I mean, you don't want to see any sort of permanent injury.
Want to tell you about our new partners over at Treasure Sign. So, Tyler, you've been on LaSalle's campus, I'm sure, right?
Yes.
Some beautiful signage over the course of that school. And
excellent
in
signage.
A lot of different forms, right? You
excellent.
know, the LED stuff, the stuff down by the fields, the new Flannery Field sign. All of that is done by Treasure Sign. Jim Convey, class of 90. Chris Convey, class of 93. Again, if you've ever been at LaSalle, that's essentially their portfolio. You've seen a Treasure Sign if you've been on that Winmore campus. In business for over 30 years and 2 football alums that love and care about the program. We appreciate them partnering with us this year. That's Treasure Sign.
Excellent signage.
Second down and 2. DeVos again right up the middle.
DeVos
and this offense keeps churning. Jake Brownlee got the stop, but not until a big gain from Jalen DeVos, the running back.
That's exactly what you need on offense. You need your players to step up, make some great athletic plays. DeVos has been that man today. Obviously, Sam Brown had a heck of a game last week, and it looks like it's DeVos' turn to get some first downs.
Malvern showing blitz. DeVos right up the middle. He lost the football. Malvern's on it.
Looks like he recovered, though.
Oh, he got it back. Yeah. Jalen DeVos, what a play there. Boy, it looked like the Friars were on it first. Jalen DeVos, great play to get on that football after losing it. Unfortunate there for the Explorers.
They got some good momentum going. Can't afford to fumble or any turnovers, anything like that.
2nd down and 5. LaSalle's offense on the field, driving in Malvern territory. Here's a little tunnel screen for Liam Kennedy, and he lost the football.
There it is.
And this time I think Malvern did fall on top of it.
Yep. It's 2 plays in a row. I'm almost positive the Friars got it. Yep.
Malvern Prep football. Turnovers, and it's Isaac White coming up with it. Turnovers can be crucial, and crucial they are indeed, as now 2 drives in this game when LaSalle was driving into Malvern territory, which resulted in a turnover to give the Friars some momentum.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. Defense has got to give their ball the offense in good territory. I mean, that's what we saw in that Malvern touchdown, and honestly, that's going to be who wins this game. Whoever defense shows the least amount of cracks. I sound like a broken record, but that's the name of the game today. 2 great teams. Least amount of mistakes wins the game.
Bryce Pippin drifts right, fires over the middle. Big catch there. 1st down for Malvern Prep. That's Ryan McGuire, the wide receiver.
Wow, that was close. Almost another turnover there. Great catch.
Where are you at? Alex is watching from behind the camera.
Maybe you should track the ball.
Maybe you
better.
should track the ball. Cayman Hayes taken down. Man, I'm sorry. That's brutal. That was totally uncalled for. He works too hard for us to get that type of treatment. We love you, Alex.
What do you mean? He gets the big bucks.
He does get the big bucks. That's true. I'll tell you who did send us a where you at, and it's not while he's working on our broadcast. Ronnie Ross. Remember the defensive lineman? He played both ways as well, watching from his Temple Dorn. Thank you, Ronnie. Another tough throw there. Tyler Tinson got the hand on it, but Abdul Carter was close too.
Yeah, I mean, Carter's having a heck of a game, and he's obviously trying to make the difference here, getting his offense back the ball. It's a great throw by Pippin. Almost another complete pass. You squeeze into a tight window and some open field for his receiver up there if he made that catch.
3rd down and 13. They need to get it to the plus side of midfield for a 1st down.
Defense needs to bring the pressure up front.
1 safety, now 2 safeties deep for the Explorers. Pippin fires over the middle. He's got him. Tripped up at the 10-yard line. Kellen Mathias snuck behind the defense, 2 safety coverage, and they both came underneath it, and neither of them got it. Kellen Mathias inside the 10. 1st down for Malvern Prep.
That looked almost exactly like that Machida Sam Brown pass. That was a heck of a throw. Great catch. Way to get open. He was 3-4 strides past both of his defenders there.
Stephen Rose in the backfield along with Bryce Pippin. Thrown over the middle. Brownlee digs for the end zone, and he comes up just short. Goal to go from the 2. It'll be 2nd down.
Malvern Prep offense has life all of a sudden. Takes one big play, and you can see there gunning for that end zone.
This time the give is to Rose, and he comes up short. Maybe got 1. 3rd down and goal inside the 2. 1:06 to play in the 3rd quarter.
This kind of play shows what your defense is made of here. Another injury on the field.
And it looks like it is Rose. The tailback for Malvern Prep injured on the play. Interesting here, Tyler. We've seen both of the big plays passing come with the wind, and it has been howling from our right to our left. And remember that they will switch sides of the field, so it'll be LaSalle going with the wind in the 4th quarter. So the all-important 3rd down and goal coming up.
I think for Malvern, you're going for Going on 4th down here, too.
That's also true.
I think they understand what – I mean, obviously you don't want to make mistakes, but you got this great Explorers defense that rarely gives anything up, and you got this opportunity to score. Put the game in a – I mean, I guess if you go for 2, make up for that missed extra point.
Well, you still have to score a touchdown at that point against the win. So I think to your point, very possible that it's 4-down territory, again, depending upon what happens here.
Of course.
If they lose 6 yards, perhaps not, but 3rd down and goal inside the 2.
Abdul Carter hyping up the crowd here. We're right in the midst of it.
Cayman Hayes in the backfield, along with Bryce Pippin, who's come in and done a pretty good job as the backup quarterback. Lonnie White could not start here today due to injury.
What are your thoughts on the shotgun here, Bob?
Looks, pistol formation, perhaps an opportunity to get Cayman Hayes going downhill. Actually, a very odd formation. Now Pippin's under center. They're sneaking it, looking for the end zone. No call yet. No call yet. He's right at the goal line, and it's 4th down.
Dylan Traynor raising his fist for the 4th down. Wow, what a push. Looks like
Malvern's moving quickly, like they're coming up to sneak it again. Got to put somebody over top of the center.
They're doing it again.
That one's a touchdown. Malvern Prep takes the lead on 2 straight quarterback sneaks by Bryce Pippin.
Surprised they didn't try to stuff that center a little more. I mean, they brought up guys, but it was a little too late. The snap was already made. I like that call for Malvern. 2 QB sneaks in a row. See they got pushed on the first one. Say, hey, why not? Let's do it again.
So with 24 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter, Malvern Prep takes its first lead of the game. Malvern has not led, nor has it been tied since 0-0. And now the point after is good. 13-10, Malvern leads. And LaSalle, with some adversity, it's their first deficit since the 3rd quarter of the first game of the season against Imhotep, when they trailed originally 12-3, then they got it back to 12-10, and late in that 4th quarter ended up getting the go-ahead touchdown to make it 15-12. That's been it.
That's what these non-league games are about, though. You want to put your team up against some adversity, and I think this is a good opportunity for the Explorers to kind of show what they got. Like, obviously, you can blow out all 4 of your opponents early on, or you can play teams that are going to, challenge you. And this Malvern Prep team is challenging the Explorers. You got to remain cool, calm, and collected and make some plays. It's a football game. Let's go.
We have ourselves a football game. This kick, because the touchdown came just inside the end of the 3rd quarter, they'll have the advantage of kicking it with the wind at their back, and we can't overstate what a factor that has been here this afternoon. Yeah. It has howled over the course of today.
Special teams can't give up anything big here. Got to play smart, fundamental football.
This one drilled deep. Kennedy catches it at the 4. Out to the 15. He's going to be taken down short of the 20-yard line. A great special teams play by Malvern Prep. 16 seconds on the clock here in the 3rd.
Malvern Prep is fired up, as they should be. You got some momentum against this great Explorers team. Explorers need to just kind of gain yardage where they can. Malvern Prep defense isn't going to give up much. Need to make smart plays, maybe some deception, maybe some hard counts, screens, whatever you got. It's time to pull it out.
Jack Machida, the starting quarterback for LaSalle, led a comeback win against Imhotep with a touchdown pass to Timothy Melman. Still a long way to go, 12-plus minutes. Sam Brown running off tackle, and he's taken down by Cayman Hayes, but not before a gain of 6 yards. But I tell you, Tyler, I am impressed by Hayes and the rest of this Malvern Prep defense.
Yeah.
In games 1 and 2, I don't think this tackle is going to be made, but they're making plays on the outside against a very talented back in Sam Brown.
Yeah, it's a shame Liam Kennedy couldn't hold his block there. I know that's a tough block to make, but might have given Sam Brown the outside edge for maybe another 5 yards for a first down.
Tyler, or even to drive him to the sideline and allow Sam Brown to cut back.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's a lot easier said than done. I mean, especially when you're 5'8", 190. I mean, you got some weight behind you, but I mean, there's some big linebackers out there, some big corners. It can be a tough play to make. But I mean, that's a great first down. I mean, 6-yard gain. That's more than I'd say that's higher than the average of most of the plays they've been making. So it's a good start. Just got to play smart football. Maybe start eating up the clock a little bit here.
End of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth means it's time to think about what you're doing after the football game. And our place to go is KC's Alley in Ambler, right by the train station. It's a great place to go to watch LaSalle College High School football if you can't make it. But, of course, we encourage you to be here and then make it a pit stop after the game for great food, great specials, and every day of the week. That's KC's Alley in Ambler. And we're back to action here. Beginning of the fourth quarter, they gave Sam Brown 8 on that run. And it might be a steady deuce. This a pitch to the outside. That's a great block. Sam Brown. Brown beats one, and he's off to the races. One man to beat came in Hayes. No, sir. Touchdown, LaSalle.
That's the sign of a great football team, Bob. What a response. You put the ball in the hands of your best playmaker in Sam Brown, and he takes it to the house.
That was the last guy that could have gotten him, came in Hayes, but the afterburners from Sam Brown. 2 touchdowns here today to complement the 5 he had against North Penn, and he had 1 against Imhotep for a grand total of 8 through 2+ football games.
He has a lot of success with those outside runs, too. That sweep was a good call. Explorers have had a lot of success with the sweeps.
Gandolfo pushes it through, and it's 17-13 LaSalle. That is a response.
And that's, in my opinion, what these non-league games are about. You put yourself in against good teams, such as Malvern Prep, and sometimes obviously you'll be down, and obviously the momentum shifted to Malvern's favor, but the Explorers responded perfectly in 2 plays, no less.
I agree, Tyler. You put yourself into the cauldron a little bit in the non-league play because you know you're going to have 1 against St. Joe's Prep in the regular season, and if you're so fortunate, 1 against St. Joe's Prep in the what used to be the Catholic League Championship, but now the District 12 Quad A, now 6A, semifinal games.
I can't keep up with the PIAA rules now. I got to study up.
You do?
Yeah, I got to study up.
Because it's literally your job.
I got to be a student of the game, and
I'm only kidding.
Yes, I missed the PCL championship. You know.
Yep, those were good times.
Yeah.
I was driven by the move from 4A to 6 classifications, and so it didn't really make a lot of sense. There weren't enough teams, so they went back to the old PCL red, PCL blue. But given state playoff schedules, you didn't have enough weeks to make it happen. Touchback out to where Malvern will start the offense at the 20-yard line.
Forgot the rules are a little different in high school. Went right through number 4, D'Angelo Stocker's hands, and I thought for some reason that was a live ball, but it was not. Again, got to be a student of the game, study up on my rules, study up on my Catholic League standings and whatnot. Obviously, these Explorers have been out there practicing, and I got to do my due diligence.
Malvern Prep back out onto the field offensively, now driving into the wind and down 4. Pippin throws it high and wide, intended for Tyler Tinson.
Great job, Ryan Savage. You're right in Pippin's face, forcing him to throw out of bounds. If you can't tell, I'm a big Ryan Savage fan, Bob.
I can.
And
a man after your own heart playing your same position.
It's not even that. He's just a leader out on the field, makes plays, a bit of ball hawk. And then you got Dylan Traynor in the backfield. And I mean, honestly, this defensive line is very great. They're stuffing holes, and there's very few weak links.
LaSalle brings the pressure. Isaac White, and brought down. Great defensive play there by the Explorers. Number 8 jumping in there, Griffin Zobel. And again, you just leave off a little bit of coverage. You're giving them some space, which is exactly the defense, but then pounce when you get that little out route.
Yeah.
We also have our number 1 fan, our absolute number 1 fan, and grandma of Griffin Zobel, Nancy Diani, in person here today and sitting just 3 rows below us, which is the reason she has not given us a where you at yet. Another screen. That one's through the hands of Cayman Hayes. So they come up empty on 3rd down and 6, and it'll be 4th down. They'll send Ronan Swope out there to try to change field position, but unlike his last 2 punts, he'll be punting into a driving wind.
Yeah, so far, just a great showing by LaSalle's defense. They're not, I mean, obviously they give up a big play, but I mean, it's what you want to see. Your offense puts points on the board, you go out there, stop them in 3.
Brad Vespi, TJ Meacham, back deep to receive, their toes on the 41-yard line. Ronan Swope, his heels on his own 10.
Against the wind.
And that one will hop straight up. LaSalle in great field position. They'll start their drive from the Malvern Prep 43-yard line with 10:49 to play here in the 4th quarter.
The thing I'm most impressed with this Malvern Prep defense is the Explorers have gotten great field position all day. They've been in Malvern Prep territory, I think, more times than not when they got the ball. And Malvern Prep defense has held this explosive Explorers offense to only 17 points.
And really just those 2 big plays.
Yeah. It's about who makes the least amount of mistakes and who capitalizes on it. It's a great matchup today.
Sam Brown, the deep back. I formation. Brown chugs forward, pushes the legs, and that's a gain of 2 right up the middle. Good camera work here by Alex Krastowski, doing a great job today and always.
Always.
Really gets your viewing right into the middle of that scrum once he sees it's a handoff. Just an expert up here with us in the booth.
Alex is a student of the game.
He is. He was going to be up in State College to be videotaping the Penn State versus Buffalo game, but due to budget constraints, they couldn't have him up there, so he's here with us. Machida, good throw there for Tim Melman. Melman out of the fullback position, just peeled off the route on the play action and just too good from the Explorers. That's a great offensive play call by Joe Wade.
Yeah, I like seeing that from Melman. I mean, it's always great on offense to have multiple people contributing, whether you got a running back by committee or multiple receivers out there that are just reliable, have reliable hands, and can kind of keep that defense on their toes.
9 minutes, 59 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. Sam Brown, the deep back. And they're attacking this 3-man front as Brown runs into and now loses the football.
Whistle was blown before the ball came out.
Yes, and they're saying down. Referees are saying it was down on the play. The whistle was blown. Let's get another look. Now the ball was certainly loose, but forward progress recorded as completed at the 28-yard line. So the whistle and forward progress stopped came before the fumble.
Yeah, on the Friars, I'd obviously be a little upset, but as soon as that ref blows the whistle, the play is dead. Slippery ball today, Bob.
Sam Brown bounces to the outside, has room. That's a 1st down for Sam Brown.
I think Sam Brown's knee is all right now. He's looking spry.
Jalen DeVos picked up a linebacker and allowed Sam Brown to get to the 2nd level.
Yeah, some great blocking out there overall. Just these blockers, they don't get much recognition, but they're what allow these plays to develop and make great plays, starting with that offensive line.
Any reason to go away from Sam Brown right now?
Play the hot hand, Bob.
8:40 and counting. 4-point lead for LaSalle. It's a sweep for Sam Brown. Good block by Melman first. DeVos at the second level, and Brown keeps churning. Gain of about 7 as he takes it to the far side of the field. Clock will continue to run. It'll be second and short for LaSalle.
Another huge benefit of all these runs, having all these weapons. Obviously, they've just been handing off to Sam Brown, but run down the clock a bit, eat up some time. Don't even give the Friars offense as much time to respond.
And, of course, a touchdown will give you the all-coveted 2-possession lead.
Always important, especially with how defense is playing today.
Keep an eye on DeVos lined up at a tight end position. He continues to block up the middle, but that time Malvern sniffed it out. Isaac White in there on the stop.
Yeah, I guess they finally recognized that they're just going to keep giving the ball to Sam Brown.
Overload. Overload that weak side. They got into the backfield.
Yeah, great. Again, I can't overstate how impressed I am with this Malvern Prep defense. They're playing really sound football, even with their heels to their end zone.
Sam Brown, the deep back. Brown looking for the edge. Doesn't quite get to the end zone. Out of bounds at the 2. The ball came loose, but after he was already out of bounds. Boy, it didn't look like he had anything here, and he just beat the defenders to the sideline. There was no edge until he created it.
Yeah. That was a good job by number 5, Liam Kennedy, letting go of his man. There could have been a hold. But, I mean, this Explorers offense, look for it all year, Bob. These sweeps are dangerous. You got athletes that can bounce outside when it looks like there's nothing there. And, I mean, that's their kind of bread and butter. These outside runs they've shown a lot of success in these 3 games.
First and goal from the 2. Jalen DeVos. Nowhere to go. Second effort, and he won't get there. Malvern Prep gives up a yard, but does not break defensively. It'll be second down and goal.
Yeah, there's been some success, but not a whole lot with these inside runs. You got a lot of real estate on the right side of the field here. You got some athletes that I think can burn some Friars defensive players. I wouldn't mind taking a shot to the right side of the field here, the far side of the field.
I tell you, Ty, I hear you 100%, but first and goal from the 2, I don't mind that call whatsoever.
No, not at all.
I would not mind giving it right back to him here.
You got 4 downs to do the same thing.
Doesn't look like they will, though. Instead, it'll be Vespi walking into the end zone. Touchdown, LaSalle.
I like that delayed handoff there. Let his blocks develop, and Vespi kind of walks in. And nice write-up. Great play call by Joe Wade there. Got a blocker.
Again, DeVos seals it. Yep. Matthias had no chance. Vespi touchdown.
This is what you like to see. Explorers have always kind of been a second-half team as far as I've watched them, and they're hitting their stride now, it seems.
When you like the way you respond after going down 3 points as Gandolfo kicks it through.
That seems like forever ago. Seems like forever ago that the Friars had the lead. It was a quick response. I mean, obviously that first touchdown, they responded in 2 plays, and they developed a nice offensive drive here, winding down the clock. I like what I see. Explorers have responded nicely. Exciting team to watch.
6 minutes, 29 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. You're watching LaSalle College High School football live on Bob Long Sports. Bob Long, Tyler Kern, your broadcast team. Alex Krastowski on camera. Rob Stott will join us next week from the Haverford School.
I'm using PTO next week.
Yes, you are. Attending a wedding, as I understand it.
Yes.
Congratulations to whomever the happy couple may be. Not you? Not you, not yet?
Not me, not yet.
Jake Gandolfo will kick it deep.
Tell you what, I'm going to be itching for some Explorers football. I won't get to watch until September 28th against St. Joe's Prep. That's quite a way to get reintroduced.
Oh, please. You know where to find us when you're at that wedding. This one will be returned from the goal line. And a lot of room.
Uh-oh.
Bounces to the 30. And taken out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Big return there by Isaiah Wright.
Talking about responses, that's a great response. Special teams often not really valued in the game of football, especially by fans, but it can make or break a team. And giving your team the ball almost in the opponent's territory is a great start.
6 minutes, 18 seconds to play in the fourth and final quarter of action. Let's see whether LaSalle will take some shots defensively given the 2-score cushion. Right now in just more of a base look, only 4 guys look to be coming at the quarterback. Goldstein kind of threatens on the outside. But they will just rush the 4. And that's
it works.
More than enough. Sam Graham in there on the sack, a loss of 1.
That's what you look for. You have Dylan Traynor spying the QB there, sees his man's looking to make a break for it, and comes, meets his man head on. Great job by the defensive front, putting pressure on Pippin.
Dylan Traynor on his way to the University of Delaware next year to play with his brother Liam.
Just a fun player to watch, too.
Another botched snap. This time Pippin is on it. Isaiah Wright was back there as well. But that a loss of 9 yards. It'll be 3rd down and long.
I was excited to watch that play develop, too. You had Dawkins in the backfield ready to go. Obviously, take the loss any day, but just a great job overall by that defensive front. Kind of putting pressure, maybe a little bit of nervousness. Obviously, you got it's a 2-score game. You got to do something as a quarterback. And, I mean, this ball seems slippery today. There's a lot of drop balls, fumbles on both sides of the ball. Even on that kick return, there was one.
We're under 5 minutes to play. LaSalle leads 24-13 over Malvern Prep. Pippin takes a shot. What a catch. And now it's marked incomplete.
I thought
hit the ground. LaSalle was all over that. The sideline was barking that out immediately.
I thought Savage almost had a hand on that.
There's the tail end of it.
What an effort, though. Yeah, I thought Savage was almost got his hand on Pippin there, but Pippin stood in the pocket, made a great pass. Obviously, we didn't have the angle on it from up here, but might be a little biased, but the Explorers defenders said no catch. The refs seem to agree.
And one of the coaches on the LaSalle sideline is barking out to Vespi, fair catch, fair catch. He's waving his arm. Just take the fair catch. Why not at this point? Ronan Swope, Vespi fair catch, brings it in safely. And LaSalle's offense will have it with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the fourth quarter.
And now is where you put together a string of plays. Obviously, you want to score, but put together a string of plays to keep your defense off the field. Maybe, I don't know, just try to get a little something going on offense again. Obviously, they have a good thing going, and why not keep it going?
I think it's a steady dose of Jalen DeVos and Sam Brown if they choose to put him back into the football game. Right now it's DeVos that'll be out there in the backfield.
You got Sam Brown as well.
And there he is. Sam Brown is the deep back.
Interesting formation here.
Very interesting with 3 men in the backfield. And now Sam Brown will come to the left of Machida, and you got 4 guys lined up next to each other. Sam Brown cuts outside. Great defensive play there. Christian Bachrath brings him down.
Yeah, I was a little confused by that formation. Obviously, Sam Brown didn't have any momentum going forward, and he cut to the left, and great play by Bachrath, just wrapping up. Once you grab on that leg, there's nothing you can do, no matter how good an athlete you are. You got a defender hanging off your leg. You're either slowing him down or
nothing's going to happen until you displace that defensive player from your leg. Let's at least put it that way. The great ones can, like Brown, and he's done this many times, he's found a way to shake somebody when they have you by the shoestrings. But
must displace him first.
Must displace him first. Order of operations. Sam Brown up the middle right into a big swath of Malvern Prep defenders. He gets about 3. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and a timeout called by the Friars.
If you're the Explorers right now, you play conservative. You try to run out the clock, make the Friars burn some timeouts, but you cannot fumble the ball. It's obvious, but this ball is, for some reason, slippery today. There's been a lot of fumbles back and forth. I mean, even over the last – I mean, you had Brown running for the touchdown, fumbling. On the kick return, there was a fumble, but they were both out of bounds. Yeah, you just got to be smart, play conservative, I think, here. I mean, you got the lead, 2-score game, 3:46 left on the clock. Certainly not a slam dunk, but just got to play smart football.
A reminder to all our LaSalle fans that may also be Penn State football fans. Bob Long Sports can be your outlet for Nittany Lions sports talk as well. Every Tuesday night, we go live talking about the Nittany Lions, their most recent opponent in the most recent game, as well as previewing the upcoming game and talking through the biggest storylines in Nittany Lion Nation. It'll be a great time. We also have a guest picker every week, so stay tuned for that. And Tyler Kern, our very first guest, leads the pack at 5-1, and we'll see how Chris Perangeli, head coach of the track and field team and JV soccer over at CB East, see how he does. But stay tuned for a human interest story and some fun guest picks every week.
That's the great part about being the first picker. At least I'm in the lead at one point.
Yes, you are. And I think you might be for a little while as Machida pulls this one. He takes a pretty big hit there from Backrath. Brownlee in there as well. And another timeout taken by Malvern Prep, and I have that as their last timeout of the second half.
Good opportunity here for Gandolfo to pin him back.
Wind at his back.
He's got a boot, and like I said, special teams is kind of that X factor in football. If you can put them within their even 15-yard line, that'd be a great kick.
And, of course, up by 2 scores, you keep running that conservative offense, take the timeouts away from Malvern Prep, and make them score twice going into the wind. An 11-point deficit, Malvern could get a touchdown, execute a 2-point conversion, and be down by just 3 at that point, and thereby be a field goal away. But I think kicking field goals into this wind will be tough anyway.
It's insane, but, I mean, the Explorers kind of lucked out with their field positioning. It's getting at the end of the second half, right when they're hitting their stride, or at the end of the fourth, or the beginning of the fourth quarter. It's actually very critical, and it's kind of helped them gain momentum, I think, at least, seeing their success.
Now, as I say that about the wind, it has kind of died down. It's been on and off, but this is about the calmest it's been all afternoon. Gandolfo tees it up and hits a pretty good one. This will take a good hop for LaSalle into the hands of Isaiah Wright. Wright has room, hit at the 30-yard line, muscles forward to about the 31.
Pretty big block in the back here, it looked like. No, that was a side. No, great block.
Kind of stood over them a little bit, as you see as well. Maybe that's part of the complaint.
Yeah, but no, it was a great block. I might have been a little biased watching it the first time live, but the instant replay has swayed me. The beauty
all about,
of
man.
the Bob Long Sports technology, taking you to the next generation of high school sports broadcasting.
What is that? BLS 2.0 or something like that? 3.0? How many iterations have we had here from the days of an audio broadcast only to this? It's been a fun ride, Tyler. Thanks for being part of it.
Glad to be a part of it. Glad Alex is here to
absolutely
bask in it as well.
Alex Krastowski takes a shot. Pippin has a man. Tyler Tinson back behind the defense. Down to the 30-yard line, and Malvern Prep's offense is in business.
Carter was incredibly close to getting a hand on Pippin here, but Pippin does a great job stepping up in the pocket. Made a perfect pass downfield, and great play by Explorers number 8 there, Griffin Zobel, preventing that from becoming a touchdown.
Pippin.
There it is.
Ball is loose. LaSalle has it. Looks like LaSalle football.
Ryan Savage. There he is. Making plays. Ball hawk Ryan Savage dipping the shoulder. Dipping with his left hand. Reaching out with his right hand. Smacking that ball out of Pippin's hands. And just, who got that ball? Who came up with it? That was impressive. That's, when things are tough, you got to rely on your big players.
There you go, Sam Graham.
That's what you like to see. That's exciting.
Sam Graham, the 6', 263-pound senior defensive lineman, comes up with a huge fumble recovery after the man, Ryan Savage, no other way to describe him, comes up with another game-saving strip.
Might join the Ryan Savage fan club. That was awesome pass rush by him.
Sam Brown straight up the middle, and Malvern Prep out of timeouts. So it was still would have been a ways to go for this Malvern Prep team, but they had some momentum moving down the field. And Ryan Savage, a la Brandon Graham, puts that to bed.
I really like that rush. He going up against a bigger opponent, but uses leverage. Did a little rip move with his left hand. And just uses athleticism to bend around the corner, reach out with his right hand, and smack that ball out of Pippin's hands.
I formation for LaSalle, 2nd down and 6. Clock at 2:16 and counting. Brown up the middle. And a pretty good tackle there by Malvern Prep, the linebacking core all over it. Bachrath in there, Stephen Rose in there.
I think Sam Brown's earned a break today. I like what I was seeing from the rest of that running back committee. And obviously, you had the little injury scare there. Up 2 points, 2 minutes to go. Less than 2 minutes to go.
Boy, I tell you, it is great to get back to Springfield High School. This, of course, right down the road from LaSalle. And the team walks down from the school. The students walk down from the school. Saw a lot of them coming down from that way.
Stone's throw away.
I know for certain constraint reasons that can't always happen anymore, as Sam Brown's going to be taken down. Pretty good penetration that time by the front 7 for Malvern Prep. But though it can't happen all the time, it's nice that it can still happen once a year and kind of bring back the memories of what was LaSalle's home field for many, many, many years.
Yeah, it's just a great setting to be at. We have, a pretty good view up here, I would say.
I would take this. If we broadcast this field for 9 regular season home games, or regular season games in general, if you gave me the choice of this spot, I'd take it. It's been great. Clock ticks under 50 seconds, and LaSalle will take the play clock all the way down to 1, then call one last time out and punt it deep to Malvern Prep. Clock is stopped at 42 seconds. Jake Gandolfo, one more shot at it, and Tyler, the most important thing here is just get the punt off. Malvern's going to bring everybody and try to force a punt block. But all you can do is try to get the punt off, get it off as soon as you can. Distance, less of a factor.
Yeah, this Explorers team has shown quite a bit of a resilience today. Obviously, probably the best defense they've gone up against. A pretty close tie with Imatep, but I think we have a better defense here with Malvern Prep. And Explorers offense kind of had to probe and try to figure out what works for them. They saw success on those outside runs. I think they'll see further success as the year goes on with the sweeps. And, yeah, just great job overall. Football game's not over. Can't make any critical mistakes here.
Gandolfo heels on the 24, fires it high, and that's going to go out of bounds. Not a great punt there, but did the job. Just needed to get it off and avoid the punt rush. Malvern didn't quite bring it as much as I thought they might. And now 36.5 on the game clock here in the fourth quarter. LaSalle an 11-point lead, well on their way to 3-0 on the year. One more non-league game. That's at the Haverford School. Next Saturday, 1 o'clock here on Bob Long Sports. And then a bye week. And then the big one, St. Joe's Prep against LaSalle. Saturday the 28th, 7 o'clock or 7:30. That'll be at Wissahickon High School.
Just a fun team to watch, though. It's fun to broadcast, but it's fun to just be a fan of this Explorers team. They got some good playmakers and some good guys to root for. And it's just it's a fun ride so far, and I think we're in for a doozy this year.
5 wide for Malvern Prep. They got to take a shot. Just 3 men rushing for LaSalle. Pippin takes a hit as he fires it deep. Eric Ford misjudged it. Boy, he had an interception. It almost ended up in a reception for Malvern Prep. One more look, though. The 3-man rush getting some pressure with a swing move by the right end. And Ford dialing it up. Overran it a little bit.
Got a little excited there. Looking for that turnover, which I believe would have been his first of the year.
It would have. Jalen Hanton had the one interception coming into this game. TJ Meacham added one on a batted ball in the first half. Pippen fires over the middle, has a man, big hit, and the ball's loose. I thought it was incomplete, but my goodness, what a hit.
Abdul Carter. Oh, man. What a hit.
Regardless, this looks incomplete to me. I think he's not controlling it at any point there, but my goodness, what a hit.
Just goes to show.
And there you go. Finally decided as an incomplete pass, and LaSalle fans won't like it. I think that's the right call. But, man, way to dislodge the football, the sophomore sensation, Abdul Carter.
Just goes to show, no matter how much you're up, how much time is left on the clock, you play till that clock at 0, and Abdul Carter shows us what it means to play to the whistle. That was a great hit, forcing the incomplete pass. That's what you like to see.
Third down and 10, 20 seconds on the clock. Just a bull rush there from Savage, and then a sack. Wow. What a defensive play there. And it's Jaleel Dawkins in there on the stop.
As a part of
Here's the tail end of it, just dragging him down by the jersey.
What a bull rush by Ryan Savage. Blasted his man back about 6 or 7 yards, forcing him right into Dawkins for the sack. What a great way to end the game. I'm really impressed with this Explorers defense. Obviously, the offense has a bunch of raw talent, and they've shown a lot, but this defense is good. What a fun high school football game to watch. I was reluctant at first on a Saturday afternoon, Bob, but hey, it's a nice day, and it was a fun football game to watch. Just a great day overall.
Very happy to hear about your reluctance, but glad you made it out against your better judgment. Tyler Kern, nothing if he's not honest. Well, Alex, you can't speak, but I appreciate your help behind the camera. I hope you weren't reluctant. It's great to have you, my friend. He gives me a shake of the head no. Good, glad one of my guys say that. Great football game, though. LaSalle
we're honest.
came back after being down 13-10 to begin the fourth quarter. Sam Brown rips one off from about 75 yards for a touchdown, gave them the lead, and then just pounded it at the end of the football game right up the middle and wore down the Malvern Prep defense, which overall I thought played a very good game. I think this is a Malvern Prep team that's going to compete extremely well in the Interac. I don't think they lose many football games herein. I think this is one of the better football games and two of the better football teams you'll see in all of Philadelphia.
Yeah, completely agree.
As soon as Lonnie White comes back as well, I think that adds a new dimension to this Malvern Prep team that, of course, we didn't get to see today. We hope he gets back soon. He brings a little bit of a different factor and pace to the game than Bryce Pippen, but Pippen did a pretty good job as well. And on LaSalle's side, Ryan Savage, every game, never fails to impress.
Yeah.
Very shortly, we'll have the alma mater a tradition here at LaSalle where the pep band, win or lose, will play the alma mater, and the team, win or lose, will stand there with their helmets held high. LaSalle a winner, 24-13. And now let's see if we can get Alex to spin the camera our way. We'll give you a quick on-camera shot. The KC's Alley postgame show is live here on Bob Long Sports.
Sponsored by Casey's Alley.
Well, yes, that's usually how it goes, isn't it? Good stuff.
Thought we were required to say their name twice.
Of course. Here we are, Bob Long, Tyler Kern. Welcome back into our office for the day at Springfield High School. Tyler, very impressive from this LaSalle team here this afternoon. Not much more you can say. They were absolutely dominant from start to finish, and we're going to let our guy come through here. It's live TV for you.
That wasn't scripted.
Yeah, thank you. In case our folks couldn't figure that one out. But, Tyler, great to come back to this venue. Fun to play a game at Springfield, LaSalle's traditional home field, and continue the train. 3-0. The defense continues to impress just about every game. Jack Machida makes right decisions. I want to see if they're going to continue to open the playbook for him, an opportunity to try things next week against a Haverford School team that I don't think will quite bring the same defensive intensity that this Malvern team does. Do they open things up in anticipation of the bye week and then St. Joe's Prep next week?
I mean, obviously you got Prep looming in the horizon. I think you need to see what you got, bring out everything you can. I mean, obviously you don't want to show too much on film, but, I mean, obviously game time is much more practical than practice for showing how successful you can be. I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe did open up the playbook a bit for Machida. I think he's kind of settling into his own. He's doing a great job. He's a really impressive quarterback to watch. I mean, he's got legs, but he's got quite the arm too. Wind was obviously a factor today. He tried to force some plays that probably didn't need to be forced, resulting in that large return from the interception, which resulted in one of Malvern's touchdowns. But I mean, honestly, like you said, defense stepped up. I don't think you need to change anything there if it's not broken. Just do your film study on the opposing offense. And as far as offensive goes, I mean, you got some great offensive-minded coach there and Joe Wade. And I think that, yeah, why not next week? Open it up, see what they got, and bring on Prep.
Well, and that's the thing. He's earned it, right? He's executed it with this offense in a very successful way. Imhotep brought them back from being down in the fourth quarter. Malvern Prep brought them back from being down in the fourth quarter, along with Sam Brown and Jalen DeVos and that great rushing attack. So now you've seen this LaSalle team blow out a really good North Penn team that's going to be really good this year. Malvern Prep and Imhotep took leads into the fourth quarter against this team, and they've come back in a very, very strong way and out-executed those two opponents in the fourth quarter both times. They're doing it all. And I think this team is going to be very exciting over the course of the year. Something for this community to really rally around, and we're excited to be part of it all year long here on Bob Long Sports. He's Tyler Kern, class of 2012, first team All-Catholic. I'm Bob Long, class of 2009, and the head of Bob Long Sports. Very thankful you've been with us here today. Alex Kristowski, back behind the camera, doing a tremendous job. That's our staff here today. We'll see you guys next week. Our game is 1 o'clock at Haverford School. Against the Haverford School, and the Fords will be ready to go. That'll be a tough football game. I know you won't be there. We'll welcome Rob Stott back into the booth, but I can't wait for that one, and I do expect you to bring that up on your phone during that wedding.
I will. I'm interested to see the ratings between me and Rob.
Yes, that's right.
See if there's a drop-off or anything like that, and I'm kidding. You know
Isolate the variables. Isolate the variables. That's how you do it.
Love you, Rob.
Come back safe, Rob. We'll see you next week, and we'll see all of you next week as well. You've been watching LaSalle College High School football live on Bob Long Sports. We'll see everybody next week at 1 o'clock.